Looks like a beautiful morning out here on the water. Can't wait to get into the fishing, but I've also got something else to try out today, this underwater drone. So once I do a little bit of fishing and the sun comes up, even though it is a bit cloudy, we'll get into this drone, we'll give it a crack and see how we go. First time use, so don't expect a whole lot. I've got to learn the controls and everything yet, but will be interesting to see what sort of footage we can come up with. Anyway, let's get into this fish and have a crack and see what we can catch first. Rightio, 5-inch bait junkie prawn. Give this thing a whack. See how it goes. Start out with something a little bit bigger. I'll start out with the yabby. It's a bit brighter. Early mornings, dark. See how it goes. If it doesn't do any good, I'll switch over to a vibe. Jackal Trans Am in the jungle colour. I'll give this a shot. We'll give it 10-15. See what happens. There's a bite. Oh, he's dropped it. That was a good flatty too. Absolutely clunked it. Didn't hook him. Oh, that was a good bite too. Spewing. Oh, well, that's positive. Give me a bit of confidence. Straight away, there we go. We're on. I mean, it doesn't feel massive, but this is my heavier rod. He's smashed it down. I'll just lift him in. Oh. There we are. 5-inch bait junkie prawn. Straight on a nice flatty. Like I said, that's the yabby colour, nice and bright, so they can see it. It's very low light out here at the moment. Anyway, we'll get this fella back in the water and get back into it. Good start, straight onto some fish. Alright, mate. Off you go. We've got the sun coming up out the back there. Good flatty on the deck. Doesn't get any better. Great start of the morning. Right, let's get the line back in the water. Oh yeah, another bite. It's a lot smaller. Well, I think anyway. There's not as much weight there as the last fish. I just dropped down to the 3-inch prawn and got a smaller flatty. There we go. Just a little tiddler, that one. He's right under the boat, smashed it. Feels like it's got a fair bit of weight. On the light setup in the 3-inch. It's only on the light leader. Feels like a flatty. Hope he doesn't chew me off. It's got some solid head shakes. Where's the net up the front? Go and grab this net. Definitely feels like a flatty. Still pretty dark, I can't see much. That's not a bad fish there on the 3-inch. Nice and fat. Good solid flatty. On the yabby colour. That's all I've used so far this morning because it's pretty dark. Righto, we'll get this back in the water. Get back into it. Rightio, straight away on the 5-inch. First throw back on it. We hooked up. I don't think it's that big, but this is a heavier rod. So it might be similar. You never know. I should be able to pole it in anyway, if it looks like it's hooked all right. Going a bit nutty. Oh. There we are, on the 5-inch. Not a bad fish. At least there's a couple about this morning biting, which is nice, and the rain's held off so far. Absolutely beautiful morning. Righto, we'll get this lump back in the water. It's not a bad size, it'd be a great eater. Anyway, we're not eating any today. So I'll unhook it, send it on its way. Off you go. Right, I'm gonna make a little bit of a move, I think. Both prawns there worked pretty good, the 5 and the 3 inch, so both caught reasonable fish and a couple of numbers. Anyway, let's pack the gear up, move spots before it rains. Looks pretty ominous, and then we'll try somewhere else. Right, I would move spots, but as you can see over there, part of Wanji's just disappeared in the rain, so it won't be long before that's here. Might be able to sneak out a couple of casts. Hopefully I can get a couple in anyway. Rightio, all suited up. I find the best way to not get rained on is put rain gear on. As soon as you put it on, it doesn't seem to rain. The second you don't, flogs down on you. Right, well, of course the rain didn't come, so I'm going to take the rain gear off. Still looks a bit cloudy out there, but I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to get this drone in the water and have a bit of a look down there. It has been raining for a while, like at least a couple of weeks. And after that initial flood, we had over 100 mil. It could be pretty dirty down there. I can't imagine it'd be too clean, but we'll get the drone in the water and give it a shot. Rightio, let's get this thing in the water and see what it can do. Well, besides the fish, first thing I noticed was just poor visibility down there. Lots of particles in the water. You could only see a metre or so, and that was about it. So you can't even really see that wreck very well. And the fish had to be about 2 foot from them. I ended up just turning the light on just up here, just there, just to see what it looks like compared to not being on, but you can see more filth in the water. There we go. Rightio, ready to go again. Let's get it back out there. Similar visibility down on this wreck, just a little sailboat. Plenty of fish on it, absolute stacks. You can see a little leather jacket there picking away at a barnacle. Lots of action on this one. This is down probably around 10 metres, 7 to 10 metres, something like that. But like everywhere so far, it's been really, really dirty. Heaps of particles in the water, makes it hard to see any sort of distance. But plenty of activity on this wreck, as you can see. Fish galore. I do try turning the light on a little bit later, just to see what it looks like. Let me know in the comments if you think it looks better with the lights on or the lights off. There's schools and schools of those little fish on every single wreck in the lake. When I used to drop the GoPro down, there was those and yellowtail. There's a couple more leather jacket. There's an old sail there still wrapped up. It's a cool looking wreck, this one anyway. It'll look a lot better if it was clearer, but you can't always get what you want. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the footage. There's some very interesting stuff down there. Not sure how the picture quality is going to be. Looked a little bit iffy because it's so dirty, but we'll see how we go. Well, it's definitely dirty down there after the rain. Anyway, might shoot on over to Pool Bar, have a little bit of a look around the shallows, then get into a bit of fishing after that, I think. So hang about. Well, that's nice anyway. Bit of bait there. Hopefully some fish. Let's get out there. I can almost guarantee they're just choppers. Try and get it in so they don't get it. They probably already nipped me leader up enough. Couldn't get it in fast enough. Well, not a bad sized tailor. Like, they're not tiny, but they're big enough to bite you off. Right now, get this fella back in the water. He was lip hooked. I'm not sure why he's bleeding so much. Well, there's lots of small fish down there, but I can't get nothing to bite apart from that little chopper I got straight away. So I might chuck the drone down there and have a look and just see what's going on. Certainly going to be interesting to see what's down there. There's lots of fish, but they're just small. Visibility looks poor, same as all the other spots. I'm still undecided so far whether I want the lights on or lights off. Here's just another couple of examples where I have them off and then on. You can definitely see a lot more dirt and particles in the water when they're on. What do you guys think's better? Just let me know in the comments. Well, plenty of fish life down there, but nothing to really be interested in catching anyway. Right, let's get the drone out of the water and we'll go and have a fish somewhere. Rightio, new spot. Tell you what, I've done a little bit of scanning around and there is not much to be had on the sounder, that's for sure. Bait is bait fish very minimal. Rightio, well, fishing's awfully slow, as it is when you fish around full moons. So I'm going to drop the drone back down in the water and see if we can see any fish, because I certainly can't catch any. So let's get it back in there and see how we go. It was only fairly shallow in here, only a couple of meters. I spotted the stingray down there. So I mowed it over on the electric and then put the drone down there. Looked pretty cool. He wasn't too fussed by the drone. I was only probably a meter from him. Just chilling, doing his own thing. Awesome looking creature, especially when you see him like just cruising around. Ended up following him for a little bit and then I just left him be. He was pretty much just doing circles at that point. Seen a bit of activity over in the shallows, so I took the drone over there. There was just mullet everywhere. Mullet, blackfish, leather jacket and brim. It was pretty crazy. You can actually get the drone in there and swim with the pack. Looks pretty awesome. There was hundreds and hundreds of these mullet. I could have threw a lure in there. There was plenty of brim and blackfish around, so a little green plastic might have worked well. But it was pretty fun just to watch them and swim with them. Just in that one shot right there, you've got Ludrick, brim, leather jacket and mullet all just chilling out together. It was pretty cool to watch. There was so many fish there, it wasn't funny. How cool was that? Swimming in a pack of mullet, a couple of brim, some blackfish, awesome stuff. I knew the drone to get some semi-decent footage of something good. Rightio, fish on. That's pretty good going, didn't take too long. On the 3-inch prawn this time. Same colour, yabby. Back the drag off a tiny bit. Got some interesting head shakes. That's why I had some weird head shakes. The brim. Oh, not a bad brim. There we are. Not a bad brim. Not massive, but decent. We'll get him back in the water. Right up. Off you go, buddy. Righty guys, well that's a wrap for today. 12:40. It's been a long day. Been a bit of fun to get that drone out and see what's down there. Hopefully when the water clears up, it looks a little bit better. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.